Okay, let's get to it. What do we have? It's nice to win that. I mean, it was actually a surprisingly large amount of damage when the cat's on the board, the neonate's on the board, and the fountain's on the board, right? Draining 3 a turn is actually a fairly decent clock. If we had double epicures or triple epicures, just need to not get blown out by good decks. Just need to keep fighting these mediocre decks. I mean, it is draft. Not everybody gets a good deck. Some people build really terrible decks, like myself. Do we have Encyclopedia in the main deck right now, or is Encyclopedia not in the main deck and double Mind Rot? I can't remember what we actually ended up with. Okay. I'm at two wins, 1 loss right now, I believe, Lyra. And total wins and losses. No, we didn't lose to that guy. We're total wins and losses are 4 and 1. So I guess Vanguard threatens damage if he plays no creature. I don't really want to play the Vanguard until later. You can get a drain out of it this way instead. So the way I chose was to play around the Summoning Sickness here. Sure. Let's get a 2-3 on the board. Could play the Vanguard and get another drain. Play a 2-3 next turn. I don't really love the idea of blocking with the neonate. And this sets up for the Vanguard healing me next turn, I guess. Anyways. Oh, 4 and 3 in individual games, correct, because we lost 2. Did we beat that guy once, the other deck we played? What was the first deck we played? I don't remember the first deck we played anymore. Yeah, so we're 3 losses. But I don't remember if we have 5 wins. Sure. Pyromancer to the face. I don't think a 2-2 trades better than this board already, so I think I'm going to play the Vanguard and Drain. First was 0-2. Okay. We're going to get blown out by a wide charge here. And he's red-white, so he's definitely playing a wide charge. There it is. Okay. Some creatures down. So presumably he goes +2/+1 this turn, or +2/+0 this turn. I don't mind an Arcane Encyclopedia plus the Neonate. I don't know. Maybe I want some creatures down. Right now, I wish this was discard. Sure. Feels bad. It's my free healing gone. Is that it for you? Seems good. I'm going to bond the angel, put pressure on him. I'm going to pay the cost of the encyclopedia this turn. Yeah, he traded up off the Pyromancer with the Angel's ability. But I don't want him building boards as red-white. He's already showed me he's got 2 wide effects. I guess I'm okay trading sometimes when I can get stuff here. Alright, so 1 for us. We saw it take Vengeance. We got to be aware of that. Didn't see enchants out of him. He might have some. We didn't see any. Make a stand. Oh, he just conceded the second game. Okay, make a stand would have been good. All right. Well, pretty sure we just got buyback in for that, right? So we now have 3 wins. So we got 1,500 gems. So we just made our buyback with this deck. So that's pretty great. All right. Was there a reason for not attacking the pack beast when it had vigilance? Yeah, I didn't want to trade it for 2. I guess would have traded for 2. I didn't want to trade it was my thought. I wanted to have a 2/3 blocker available to trade with his shit. Just the 2/3 was being a real roadblock to all of his plays. He had the 2/1 on board and the 2/2 on board, and he couldn't figure out how to attack into my 2/3 with it there. He could have traded for it and gotten it off the board. Maybe it would have been a valuable enough trade I could consider it, but I didn't want to lose the 2/3. Purpose of this deck is to make my opponent tilt as much as possible. No, I don't think this. Do you think this deck causes tilting? I don't think slow drains cause tilting. I don't think that at all. And we've gotten very lucky with my opponents just being babies. Maybe that's the wrong way. I don't understand why my opponents are so happy to concede so early to this deck. All right, we're gonna run into a real black-white deck over here. I'm sure they'll actually have flyers, because like this should be complemented by like all the vampire shit, the vampire sovereigns, the 2/2 vampire flyers. So I don't know why he conceded the whole round. Child of Night. Well, I've got a good answer to Child of Night. Yeah, it's running the same black-white kind of archetype we are. Stall and life game. Let's hold that. I think that's going to have value in a moment. There's that 2/2 I've been talking about. He missed his land drop, interestingly. we hit a land drop. Let's hope he plays a card. Pretty good by me. All right. Would have loved to get him down to 2. Take Vengeance and Sovereign's Bite. Main deck fucking Sovereign's Bite. Feels bad, man. Alright, I need to draw some of my life gain synergies. I can't currently do anything versus his board. I mean, I technically 2-for-1'd him there, but Take Vengeance is a good one to 2-for-1, but the other one, not super excited about. So I need my Neonates, my War Leader, not War Leader, my Cat, whatever it's called, or my Fountain, or my Encyclopedia. Those are all really good draws for me. My other Mind Rot would be fine if he doesn't play anything. The problem is what I'm worried about is he's got one of the Epicure, or not the Epicure, the other one. Epicure would be bad too, but if he's got the his own Regal Bloodlord, and he's got it in hand as his last card that we didn't discard because he's running Sovereign's Bite, I have no answer. I just drew the answer. I'm like, I have no answer to that. Oh, that draw felt really nice. I'm like, we're totally fucked by that card. It's a really nice pickup. It's the only card in my deck that answers it too, because Luminous Bonds doesn't answer that. It's very lucky. Guess he could have another Take Vengeance for the Epicure. I'm okay if that's the case. There's his own Epicure. So I need to now stop drawing like shit. I mean, this was a good draw. Don't get me wrong. That's a good one, but not good enough. It tempts his removal and doesn't have I don't have a life gain source in play. I'm not even gonna cast it right now. I mean, maybe it could be flying over and hitting him, but feels like a bad. I mean, Luminous Bonds doesn't do anything to me, but Cage does. Take Vengeance does. I don't want to attack into Take Vengeance with this. This is going to be a very stalled game when he just plays better white-black flying card. Remember when I said this is like a real white-black deck? There's a Bloodletter. There's a Herald of Faith. There's his other one. Like, we've seen the good stuff. Okay, that's a card to draw, though. That's the card I've been waiting on for our combo. So we might be able to stabilize this. Maybe. He's going to be doing 5 damage a round to me. So I have 3 rounds. I'm going to have to end up blocking it with bats, I guess. Oops. Bonds will get me that. Nice draw on the last 3 cards, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it feels bad. I actually 6 a turn. I have such a short time to build up bats. Okay, now I'm kind of fucked. Okay. I don't think anything changes right now. But it's just, I mean, just look at the quality of the cards, right? Like this is the same deck I'm running, but it's a better version of it. Oh, and he's got another color, and he's got the right amount of lands. He's got 5. So we'll see. We'll see. I need to draw some pretty lucky shit. I've already used my Take Vengeance. I have. I need to buy bonds. Would be great to deal with this Herald of Faith. What else would be good for us? Fountain would be really good. The cat's okay. Poison Tip Archers are pretty fucking bad news for me. He just was sitting on it too. He's just got it in hand waiting. Sure. Sure. Okay. Maybe this is winnable. Feels not winnable. Swinging. Okay. I have to kill the stag this turn or I lose. See what he's tapping. Sure. Oh, right. These are all life gain effects. Am I just dead? I might just be dead. All right. So I don't have a choice about some of these blocks. Definitely blocking. Oh, I don't think I could. I think I had to trade this turn. I think that was just a mistake. I think I just lost from mistake. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to take life gain. Life gain does damage to me. I have to kill this stag so that we can do anything with that. I'm going to take damage from these. I'm going to chump the 4 so I don't fucking die. And I'm blocking that. I take the 1. I could block that too, I guess. Five blockers seems right. And let's try not to die to this. I think we're pretty fucked here. Rip. This has really good synergy with his deck. Yeah. He's just playing a much better version of our deck. It's going to be nearly impossible to beat him there. So how do we draw out on him? Get second Mine Rot in. To make a stand do anything for us? Hired Blades do anything for us? They don't look like they do anything for us. Maybe I'll keep that encyclopedia. If we get to a spot where, I mean, maybe he drew the better part of his deck. Anything for destroy target artifact versus him or enchantment? We saw no luminous bonds. We saw no heromancers. We saw no artifacts of any sort. We just saw value creatures and good stuff there. I think I'm going to throw in a second Mighty Leap over the Hired Blade so I can maybe kill the 2/2 without having to waste like heromancers. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah, the deck is what we're trying to make. Exactly. That's exactly right. When we started drafting cards, we were hoping to get a lot of the cards that he picked up. Oh, the archers, the death touch isn't the problem. The archer's never going to attack. The problem with the archer is the ping damage it's going to do to me. Like you saw when we traded, every one of his creatures had lifesteal, lifelink, right? He attacked with the Child of Night, lifelink, the bishop or the chaplain or whatever the fuck it's called, lifelink, and then every creature that died did 1 damage to me. Every time he gained life sources, it did 1 damage to me, and the sources that did damage were that healed him rather were every single one of his creature attacks and the Herald. Like pain in the ass. Blade is a good answer for Stag. That's true. I think he has 2 neonates as well. We'll see. It's a good draw. Lets me counteract some of that early life draw. Don't have the mana, unfortunately, or rather, he's got Summoning Sickness, so I can't tap him on his turn. I gotta beat him twice in a row, too, which seems very unlikely to me. Maybe. More green. Did he get unlucky on his land draw? Missing his white? Or does he just play actually a fair amount of green? Cage is a good pickup. The Vanguard's good for us. Puts our clock way back. Presumably he just trades off 1 here. I think there's a lot of point in playing my Pack Beast right now. Not unless this board state changes a lot. Actually, don't think there's a lot of point playing my mana either. He might have put in Mine Rots. I think I'm all done. I think bonding the Basilisk is a fairly bad idea. He's got flyers we're worried about, both the Angel and the 2/2, neither of which I have great answers for. I do have both my removal in hand, but I still don't think that's a good enough answer. Exile Neonate. It's interesting. I don't think so. I think we're going to need the value. It's a tempo play, right? To exile the neonate. I just think it's too slow. Could exile them both and just swing, but I think it's too slow. I don't have any, or rather, not too slow. I don't have any way to deal with the other creatures he's going to be playing when he hits mana. It will hit mana, although he seems to not be, which is very interesting. He has discard effects, potentially, Kex and black, the same one I'm running, and I don't want to discard valuable cards, I want to discard land. He really doesn't want to trade that Basilisk. I wonder if he's getting some sunk cost in here too, right? Like he's made that decision twice, and he wants to just stand by that decision for some consistency and because that's the right decision. I mean, it's not like we're doing large amounts of damage to him. I've tried committing heavily to boards with Mana Screw before. I mean, we're lucky he's been Mana Screwed like 4 rounds in a row. But that's really lucky. That's not tend to be the average, right? I would probably cage the Bloodletter. Or not cage, bond the Bloodletter anyways. I'll convert the Dissenter into a zombie. Okay. Why am I afraid of losing Vanguard? Because I think it's one of the ways I win the game. Just through setting that up. I have 3 Epicures and only 3 ways to gain life. The Vanguard, the Neonate, and the Fountain. So I want to have Vanguard on board. I don't want to just trade it for the Basilisk. I mean, if I knew he's going to be on fucking 3 land forever, then yeah. I would have just gone for it earlier. But sooner or later, he will stop drawing this shit and actually be able to play cards. Throughout Herald of Faith. That's some value for us. Guess I'll play Pack Beast now.
Another poor fool, lost in time and space.
Thank you, Cybot1999. Appreciate the sub. Should kill the token versus black. So I'll start attacking with the Vanguard next turn. Can't believe he's not drawn land. that many cards. There it is. More green though. See, maybe green black splashing white? Like what happened to his mana base here? There's a creature that I fucking despise. That might be caged. Plays Bloodlord on me now. It's gonna be painful. Alright, so he got ultra mana screwed and we still kind of only eked by. So... same deal, I think. Maybe one Hired Blade back in case we run into the Stag. Courser might get us in some damage. I'm okay with the rest of this. Yeah, we can hope it happens twice for sure. Although winning on land screws is pretty cheap. Opponent goes first. So I get to draw. I have to draw a white land. If I don't draw a white land, we're in trouble. Hand's pretty good though. Kind of. What do I do versus any early aggression though? Just lose? This is half my removal though. Don't like that it's the same color. It's the wrong color. Don't remember if we're 9-8. I don't think so. I think I mulligan this. Well, it's fine. He scryed 1-2, good. I'll keep the black source. No, I won't. Okay. Maybe I did want to keep that mana source. I just wanted to get this guy to 5 as soon as possible. It's maybe a thing. Both our decks are so slow. Yeah, I'm beginning to regret not having my black mana source for sure. Might have been a bad toss. Didn't want to flood after I'd already lost value by throwing a card away. To be fair, we've had a 1, 2 1-drops and a 3 here. Jesus Christ, of course he's got War Leader in that deck as well, because why wouldn't he have War Leader with that deck? Ridiculous. Yeah, I will be double blocking and mighty leaping. But it gets blown out by any combat trick here. We haven't seen a relentless endurance from him, but doesn't mean there isn't one. Yeah, his deck is a dream deck for sure. It's not just resolving, so presumably he has a combat trick. Oh, nope. Okay, that's great. Got 2 for 1 by the War Leader, and he's still got creatures out. There's the Stag. Stag's bad news for me. Alright, I need my land right now. That is a good one. Gotta hope he doesn't have removal for this. If he has Take Vengeance. Have we seen a Take Vengeance from him? I think we have. Stag taps things. But I don't think Epicure was enough. I wonder how his pick order was like. Looks like a Take Vengeance to me. We'll see. Didn't attack. Interesting. Alright, how about no Death Touch Archer right now? It's 5 land though. He's got a lot of big threats that scare us. He's got Herald, he's got Bloodlord of his own, and he's got Death Touch Archer, all of which are super fucking good. Epicure's a little bit scary too. He's got 4 sources of life gain on the board. 5? 4. Fuck. The dream dies. He's also got removal. Remember that removal? It's a thing that's exciting. Removal that heals him. Sure. Got 3 bats out of that guy. It's pretty dreamy. It's tapped out though, so I get to have pretty optimal blocks here. Seemed like a misplay to me. I don't know what is in his hand though. Maybe he has just like super sweet shit to follow it up. Like a Mind Rot's what I'd like right now. That is not the card I was hoping for. So he heals 2 a turn. If I just swing. And gets to hit with his Epicure. Can I race him here? I have no sources of life gain. He has 2 sources of life gain. I don't think I can. I love that he's still at 23 health too. This synergy between this deck is nuts. War Leaders, Lich's Caresses. He's got the same dudes we've got. It's a bad one for us. What do I want to draw here? Do I have any bombs left in my deck? No, not really. The Encyclopedia, I guess, is what I want to draw here, or a Mind Rot, or both. What do you guys think? A few more planes to help out. I have 3 Epicures. I don't know if I should leave the Fountain alone or not. I haven't played my Pack Beast. I can get the Fountain back. It's helping stall the board here a little bit. He's on such a light clock right now, and his cards are just so much better than mine. He's got the Death Tip. I'm really worried about the Death Tip. I'm really worried about his Bloodlord. I'm moderately worried about his Angel. I haven't even thought about Knights of the Tusk. I guess I'm worried about Knights of the Tusk. I think I need an answer. A swamp and a vampire neonate. Doesn't feel like an answer. So, he's attacking with a neonate? Oh, he has Inspired Charge? I can't play around it. I mean, I lose to an Inspired Charge, right? I lose one way or the other to an Inspired Charge, so I'm going to act like it's not an Inspired Charge. Got Recursion, I guess. So maybe Rise from the Grave was the plan for that. In which case it's War Leader coming back. Could take my Bloodlord. If he has Rise from the Grave, might have Grave Robber. So Cobber Waltz. Okay, so we're getting a War Leader again. Yeah, those mine rots would have been really nice as opposed to land 12 and 15 or whatever the fuck we're up to. So we're at 9 lands to his 6. This doesn't do anything. It's not true. It chump blocks the Knight of the Tusk. I guess he could have drawn something. I have to block the War Leader. I can't let it generate a million tokens. Yeah, definitely attack with the Epicure there too, bro. For sure. I don't know. I think I'm just dead. Like, what do I can't kill both of these. The last thing we need to give him was more value, which we seem to have done. So I either take 7 to the face, 9, 10, and I'm dead. I gotta block the fucking Neonate over the War Leader and hope I draw something, because the Neonate would drain me, or the Epicure rather, because it drains me to death. He could have a combat trick. Any point his combat trick, we're just dead, right? So. Still triggers. I think I'm technically alive with this. Right? I think it's close enough that I'm probably not really still alive with it. So I think he gets 2 more tokens. Yeah, his deck is just immensely better than mine in terms of card quality. So now I've got to pay for last attack to there, to there. I have to block the Basilisk now. I'm at 1, die to the Neonate, I go to 2. So I live at 1. Unless he has anything in his hand. Okay. And another Plains to really kind of drive home the mana flood here. All right, well, we beat him once with him being land screwed. This is kind of what happens with the with the deck with better, higher power cards than yours. Like that Lich's Caress shut down our only hope of winning, honestly. If we'd got enough bats out, we could have done something, but can't beat that. I think we broke even on buy-in, so I'm kind of okay with how well that deck went. I think we only tapped the Encyclopedia once in that entire playthrough. It's just the quality of that deck was just fucking bad. All right, let's take a look. What would be your first pick here? I think I declare dominance over anything else in this pack. The pack seems pretty weak. First pick out of this would be Poison Tip Archer or Rabid Bite. Probably Rabid Bite, but maybe Poison Tip Archer. I really like this card. It's generally to be very tempo oriented removal. Too bad it's a sorcery. Poison Tip Archer is super good, but 2 colors. First pick out of this, probably the Dragon, possibly the Thorn Lieutenant. Thorn Lieutenant's okay as a 2/3 green creature for 2. It's pretty good stats. Has a nice secondary effect. Volcanic Dragon I don't love. 6 for 4/4 haste is kind of whatever. A lot of times you're playing red-white, or you're playing red at all. You're often playing Motivators, which makes the haste kind of not as great. And first pick out of this, Izarith for sure. Izarith the Awakener, 3/3 for 3 with Death Touch, who gets to bring stuff back from your graveyard into play, which is nuts. I've never used her, but I've had her used against me. Seems good. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to draft again. So let me show you guys the first thing here. I'll be back in just a